Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to read you two stories about the Arctic habitat. So if you've picked the Arctic habitat, make sure you're listening closely for three animals and three types of plants you can find in that habitat. So once again, I'm going to go to Epic, and there it is. The first story I am going to read to you. See if I can find it. Where are you, my Arctic story? This one? This one. All right, the Arctic habitat. What is a habitat? A habitat is a place in nature. Plants live in habitats. Animals live in habitats. Some animals make homes in habitats. Living and non-living things. There are living things in habitats. Plants and animals are living things. There are also non-living things in habitats. Rocks, water, and dirt are non-living things. Even though those things are not living, they're still very important to the habitat. Think about water, how important water is to the ocean habitat, but how water is very rarely found in a desert habitat. So those non-living things play an important role too. So that's something to think about. Everything they need. Plants and animals need water, air, and food. Water, air, and food help keep plants and animals alive. Plants and animals have everything they need in their habitats. This mink found a fish to eat. So that animal is called a mink. Homes in their habitats. Some animals have homes in their habitats. This mother Arctic fox has a home for her and her babies. Their home is among some rocks. So there's an Arctic fox. I can tell what season it is just by looking at her fur. The Arctic. The Arctic is a habitat. It is at the top of Earth. The Arctic is very cold. There is a lot of snow and ice in the Arctic. Polar bears live in the Arctic. The Arctic Ocean. There's a very cold ocean in the Arctic. It is called the Arctic Ocean. Ice floats on the Arctic Ocean. Some animals rest on the ice. This harp seal is resting on ice. So cute. Arctic weather. The weather is very cold in the Arctic. There are long, cold winters. Winter lasts for most of the year. In winter, there are blizzards. Blizzards are snowstorms. Blizzards have strong winds. Short summers. In the Arctic, summers are short. The weather is not very warm. The snow melts in only some places. Some plants grow in these places. Animals eat the plants. Some animals, such as this grizzly bear, go to the Arctic in summer to eat plants. Here are some of those Arctic plants. Make sure you're listening. In summer, plants grow in the Arctic. The plants grow close to the ground because strong, cold winds blow. Growing close to the ground helps protect Arctic plants from these winds. Colorful flowers. Some Arctic plants have a colorful flower. This plant is a dwarf willow herb. It has bright pink flowers. It grows only during the summer. Plants make food. Living things need food to stay alive. Plants make their own food. They make food from sunlight, air, and water. Making food from sunlight, air, and water is called photosynthesis. Making food. A plant gets sunlight through its leaves. It also gets air through its leaves. A plant gets water through its roots. A plant uses sunlight, air, and water to make food. So here we have a diagram of how it works. Leaves in the air. Our leaves take in the air. Leaves take in the sun. Roots take in water from the soil. So they use all these. See how it's taking in from the sun and the air and the water, and that's how they make their own food. Arctic animals. These animals live in the Arctic. The Arctic is their habitat. The animals find food in their habitat. They also find homes. So we have the snowy owl, the polar bear, the Arctic squirrel, a seal, the Arctic tern, the Arctic fox, and the caribou. Staying warm. Arctic animals need to stay warm. Many Arctic animals have thick fur. The fur covers their bodies. This musk ox has thick fur. Fur helps keep the musk ox warm. Warm blubber. Many Arctic animals have blubber under their skin. Blubber is a thick layer of fat. Blubber helps keep the animals warm. This walrus has blubber under its skin. Well, I'd say he has lots of blubber. Finding food. Animals search for food in the Arctic. Some animals eat only plants. Animals that eat plants are called herbivores. Lemmings are herbivores and they eat grass. Omnivores. Some Arctic animals are omnivores. They eat plants. They also eat other animals. This ptarmigan is an omnivore. It eats plants, seeds, and insects. I don't know how to say that word. I'm going to click on it. Ptarmigan. Very cool. This ptarmigan is an omnivore. It eats plants, seeds, and insects. Getting energy. All living things need energy. They need energy to grow and to move. Energy comes from the sun. Plants get energy from the sun. Animals get energy by eating food. A lemming is an herbivore, and it gets energy by eating the grass. Carnivores get energy by eating other animals. An Arctic fox is a carnivore. It gets energy by eating lemmings. So this is called a food chain. The grass uses the sun to make its food and give it energy. The lemming eats the grass for energy, and then the Arctic fox eats the lemming for energy. So we're watching the flow of energy in this food chain of our Arctic animals. Staying safe. Some Arctic animals hunt other animals. The animals that are hunted need to stay safe. Animals stay safe in different ways. Some move quickly. They can run away from animals that hunt them. This snowshoe hare can run quickly. Hiding out. Some Arctic animals stay safe because other animals cannot see them. This baby seal has white fur on its body. Its fur blends in with the white snow around it. The baby seal is safe because it is hard to see. So cute. Arctic homes. Some Arctic animals make homes. They keep warm inside their homes. This mother polar bear has made a home for her babies. The home is called a den. The den is in the snow. Making nests. Many birds make homes called nests. Snowy owls, Arctic terns, and other birds make nests. In summer, these birds lay eggs in their nests. Baby birds hatch from the eggs. The baby birds live in the nests. Going to sleep. Winter in the Arctic is very cold. It is too cold for some animals. These animals go to sleep. They sleep all winter. They sleep in warm dens. This polar bear sleeps through winter. The sleeping animals wake up at the beginning of summer. They come out of their dens. They are hungry. They look for food to eat. Living in the Arctic. Some Arctic animals do not sleep through winter. They leave the Arctic before winter begins. They move to warmer places where they can find food. These Arctic terns are flying to a warmer place. Caribou groups. Caribou also leave the Arctic in winter. They leave in big groups. The groups of caribou walk to warmer places. Caribou sometimes swim across rivers during their trip. There we go. Now the next story I am going to read is called Over in the Arctic. Over in the Arctic where the cold winds blow. Over in the Arctic where the cold waters run lived a mother polar bear and her little cub one. Roll, said the mother. I roll, said the one. So they rolled on the ice where the cold waters run. Over in the Arctic, hopping like a kangaroo, lived a mother Arctic hare and her leverets too. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. Oh. Thump, said the mother. We thump, said the two. So they thumped on the tundra, hopping like a kangaroo. Over in the Arctic, paddling in the icy sea, lived an old mother walrus and her little calves three. Kick, said the mother. We kick, said the three. So they kicked with their flippers, paddling in the icy sea. Over in the Arctic, curled up on a frosty floor, lived a mother Arctic fox and her little kits four. Hide, said the mother. We hide, said the four. So they hid and they waited, curled up on a frosty floor. Over in the Arctic, where they dip and they dive, lived a white mother whale and her little calves five. Click, said the mother. We click, said the five. So they clicked and they whistled, where they dip and they dive. So those are the sounds they make when they're talking. Over in the Arctic where the cold waters mix lived a furry mother seal and her little pups, 6. Breathe, said the mother. We breathe, said the 6, so they came up for air where the cold waters mix. Over in the Arctic, gliding up toward heaven, lived a mother snowy owl and her little owlets, 7. Swoop, said the mother. We swoop, said the 7, so they swooped as they flew, gliding up toward heaven. Over in the Arctic, where some creatures migrate, lived a mother snow goose and her little goslings, 8. Honk, said the mother. We honk, said the 8, so they honked and they flew south where some creatures migrate. So when they were talking on the other book about some animals leave before winter comes, that's called migration. So those animals migrate from one place to another place where it's warmer during that summertime. Over in the Arctic, where the sun didn't shine, lived a mother wolverine and her little kits, 9. Growl, said the mother. We growl, said the 9, so they growled and they grumbled where the sun didn't shine. Over in the Arctic, in a deep, dark den, lived an old father wolf and his little pups, 10. Howl, said the father. We howl, said the 10, so they howled in a pack from their deep, dark den. Over in the Arctic, where the cold winds blow, Arctic animals are living in the water and the snow. Name us, said the animals, from 10 to 1, then go back and start over, because this rhyme isn't done. Over in the Arctic, you can spy with your eyes to find more Arctic creatures. Every page has a surprise. So here are some hidden animals in those pictures if you want to go back through and like pause on the pages to see if you can find these animals and see if you can find all these animals too hiding in the story too. So there's your little extra fun thing to do if you finish listening to the story. All right, there are your 2 Arctic books. I kind of noticed there wasn't a lot of information on the types of plants you can find in the Arctic. In fact, I bet there's probably not too many. So if you want to, you can talk about the different kind of landforms you can find. So if you can't find information on 3 plants, use some landforms too. All right, catch you later, guys.